10 biggest American cars that only stupid people buy, 2025. Number 10. Cadillac Escalade ESV, the six-figure mistake. Want to know what $120,000 buys you these days? A chrome-plated disaster that breaks down more often than a Vegas marriage? The Escalade ESV isn't just transportation, it's a rolling advertisement that you make terrible financial decisions. This land yacht stretches over 18 feet and weighs as much as a small building, yet somehow manages to feel cheap the moment you sit inside. Here's the jaw-dropping reality. Magnetic ride control shocks have a well-documented reputation for early failure, with owner forums flooded with complaints about premature replacements costing thousands per corner. When they fail, and owner reports suggest they often do, you're looking at repair bills that can easily hit four figures. Here's what's shocking. Insurance data shows Escalades are among the most stolen luxury SUVs in America, with theft rates significantly higher than comparable vehicles. The 10-speed transmission doesn't shift gears. It has nervous breakdowns. The infotainment system crashes more than a teenage driver. And when it does work, it responds slower than government bureaucracy. Starting around $85,000 used, you're buying a depreciating asset that mechanics' kids will thank you for putting through college. But that diesel disaster coming up makes this look like a bargain. Pause the video and guess. This truck is so big it requires a commercial license in some states. The repair bill for one transmission replacement could buy you a brand new Honda Civic. Guess the cost, and the answer will make you rethink ever buying American trucks. Number 9. Ram 3500 Mega Cab Dually, the compensation mobile, $4,000 to $5,300. That's what rebuilding or replacing a Ram 3500 transmission typically costs. Enough money to buy a reliable used car, just to fix one component. This dual-wheeled monstrosity measures over 22 feet of pure American stupidity. It's so wide that parking it requires the spatial awareness of a NASA engineer and the patience of a saint. Here's the truth about heavy-duty. Rebuilding or replacing a Ram 3500 transmission typically costs $4,000 to $5,300. That's enough money to buy a reliable used car just to fix one component. Here's the crazy part. The Mega Cab Dually gets around 8 to 10 miles per gallon in real-world driving. That's worse fuel economy than many 1970s muscle cars, but with modern repair costs. The Cummins diesel engine itself is bulletproof. It's everything else that falls apart. The DEF system clogs, the EGR valve fails, and the diesel particulate filter needs constant regeneration cycles that leave you stranded. Starting around $75,000 used, you're getting a truck that drinks diesel like a drunk sailor and breaks down more often than a 20-year-old printer. And speaking of expensive mistakes, wait until you see which luxury SUV loses massive value during its first year. Number 8. Jeep Grand Wagoneer, the $100,000 beta test. Jeep took 30 years to bring back the Wagoneer name and somehow managed to make it worse than the original from 1991. This oversized luxury experiment feels like driving a hotel lobby. Impressive to look at, but everything inside is fake and breaks when you touch it. Here's the disaster Jeep doesn't advertise. Over 44,000 to 97,000 Grand Wagoneer units have been recalled for seatbelt and airbag issues, while quality control problems and sluggish sales continue to plague the model. Here's the reality. With over 100,000 unsold units sitting on lots as of late 2024, dealers are struggling to move these luxury SUVs, leading to steep discounts and rapid depreciation for early buyers. Air suspension that deflates faster than a punctured balloon, touchscreens that freeze in temperatures above 70 degrees, and electrical systems designed by what appears to be drunk monkeys. Starting around $90,000 used, you're getting depreciation so steep it violates the laws of physics. I bought my Grand Wagoneer to impress clients. Instead, I spent more time explaining why it was in the shop than actually using it for business. The air suspension failed 3 times in 6 months. I lost thousands in depreciation alone. David, former owner who now drives a Toyota. Number 7. Ford F-350. Super Duty, the wallet destroyer. Ford calls it Super Duty, but the only thing super about it is how fast it empties your bank account. Here's the insane reality. The average F-350 Super Duty owner faces significantly higher maintenance costs than comparable vehicles, repair bills that can easily exceed luxury car lease payments just to keep it running. The 6.7-liter Power-Stroke diesel has more failure points than a house of cards in a hurricane. High-pressure fuel pumps that cost $4,000 to replace, turbochargers that explode without warning, and emissions equipment that requires a PhD in chemistry to understand. Here's what fleet owners know. Fleet owners consistently report massive repair costs across their F-350 fleets, with some documenting enough repair expenses to buy additional trucks outright. Starting around $65,000 used, you're getting a truck that spends more time on jack stands than on job sites. But this next truck's transmission problems are so legendary, dealers keep spare units in stock. This truck's transmission is so unreliable that one dealer told me they keep multiple rebuilt units in stock at all times. The failure rate will blow your mind, and the answer reveals why American trucks are losing to foreign competition. Number 6. Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD, the blue-collar betrayal. Here's the documented reality. Allison transmission problems are well documented among HD truck owners, with rebuilds typically costing $4,000 to $6,000 when they fail. Chevy promises this truck will work as hard as you do. What they don't mention is that you'll be working overtime to pay for the repairs. Here's the truth. DEF system failures are so common that owner forums are filled with complaints about clogged systems, failed sensors, and expensive repairs that can easily reach thousands of dollars. The diesel particulate filter needs constant babying, and when it fails, you're looking at repair bills that would make a yacht owner wince. Starting around $60,000 used, you're getting a truck that promises blue-collar reliability but delivers white-collar repair bills. And if you think that's bad, this next SUV's air suspension problems will make you never trust American luxury again. Number 5. Ford Expedition Max, the family disaster. Ford stretched the Expedition and somehow made it worse in every measurable way. Here's what shocked the internet. The Expedition Max's air suspension system has well-documented failure issues, with many owners facing expensive repairs within the first few years of ownership. The EcoBoost Flyhive 6 is the problem child here. Timing chains that stretch like taffy, turbos that fail faster than New Year's resolutions, and intercoolers that leak like a government whistleblower. Here's the reality. Owner forums are filled with stories of massive repair bills during the first few years of ownership. Costs that could buy reliable used cars outright. Starting around $70,000 used, you're getting a vehicle that depreciates faster than your patience for dealing with it. But this next SUV makes the Expedition look reliable, and the repair costs will shock you. This SUV is so unreliable that owners regularly report spending more on repairs than expected. The transmission problem is so common that GM has issued multiple technical bulletins, and the solution will blow your mind. Number 4. Chevrolet Suburban, the Suburban nightmare. The Suburban is America's favorite family hauler and mechanics' favorite retirement plan. Here's what GM doesn't want you to know. The 10-speed transmission in these SUVs has been the subject of numerous technical service bulletins, more than most manufacturers issue for entire model lines. Get this, owner forums are filled with documented cases of massive repair bills during the first few years of ownership, including multiple transmission rebuilds, magnetic shock replacements, and electrical system repairs. Magnetic ride control shocks fail with the predictability of sunrise. At over $1,000 per shock, and they often fail in pairs, you're looking at repair bills that would make a Range Rover owner sympathetic. Starting around $65,000 used, you're getting a vehicle that loses value faster than ice cream melts in Arizona. And this next SUV shares the same problems, but adds theft rates that will terrify you. Number 3. Chevrolet Tahoe, the smaller money pit. The Tahoe is the Suburban's little brother. It's still big enough to bankrupt you, just with less cargo space. Here's the crime stat that shocked America. Tahoes are among the most frequently stolen SUVs in major cities, making them a favorite target for criminals nationwide. Here's the insurance nightmare. Some insurance companies now require additional security measures just to cover a Tahoe, adding significant cost to your monthly premiums. Same transmission problems, same electrical gremlins, same magnetic ride failures as the Suburban, but with the added bonus of being a criminal magnet. Starting around $55,000 used, you're getting all the problems of a Suburban with the added bonus of constantly looking over your shoulder. But this next vehicle makes all these problems look minor. It's an electric disaster that's redefining automotive failure. Number 2. Tesla Cybertruck, the $100,000 science experiment. Elon promised the future of trucks. What he delivered was a stainless steel disaster that makes a DeLorean look reliable. Here's the build quality disaster. Early Cybertruck owners report significant panel gap issues and build quality problems that would be embarrassing on cars costing a fraction of the price. Get this. Owner forums are filled with documented build quality issues during delivery inspections, including doors that don't close properly, panels that don't align, and software that crashes during basic operations. Here's the service nightmare. Cybertruck owners report extremely long wait times for repairs and parts, often stretching for months. Starting around $100,000 used, you're getting a vehicle that spends more time downloading updates than actually driving. But our number 1 pick will shock you. It's the last of a dying breed, and there's a very good reason why. Number 1. Chrysler 300, the last gasp of American sedans. And our #1 biggest American car that only stupid people buy is the Chrysler 300, the last of the big American sedans. And there's a good reason they're extinct. Here's what killed the American sedan. The Chrysler 300's transmission problems are well documented among owners, with many reporting expensive rebuilds and replacements. Here's the depreciation disaster. The 300 loses value at an alarming rate, among the worst depreciation in the sedan segment. The 8-speed transmission shifts like it's having a nervous breakdown. The electrical system would make a 1970s British car manufacturer blush. Interior quality screams rental car special. Here's the final stat. Chrysler's sedan sales have plummeted to historic lows, with the 300 representing the end of an era for American full-size sedans. Starting around $35,000 used, you're getting a car that represents the death of American sedan engineering. There you have it, the 10 biggest American cars that prove size doesn't equal intelligence. From expensive transmission replacements to theft rates that require extra security, these machines show why American automakers are struggling in the reliability war. But here's what's really shocking. These aren't even the most dangerous American cars ever built. If you thought these were bad, wait until you see the 10 most dangerous cars ever sold in America. It's like a demolition derby with price tags, and #3 was banned in several countries. Now, drop your horror stories in the comments. Which of these money pits cost you the most? And smash that subscribe button because our next video reveals the American cars that are actually worth buying. You'll be shocked by what made the list.